Bro, sorry, not sorry. Why every time I try to go to a black-owned business, support a black-owned business, motherfuckers is closed when they're not even supposed to be closed, bro? How we gonna support black business if y'all niggas don't go to work? Like, let's be real about it.
Yo, this man is spot on, and that's what we're gonna be talking about today: the state of black businesses, man. As much as black people want to and should be supporting black businesses, sometimes black businesses make it hard for us to support them. And that's what we're gonna be diving into today. We got a variety of clips, so let's get right into it.
Some of y'all fucking black-owned businesses need to get y'all fucking shit together. Let me tell y'all something. We work so fucking hard to try to
Yo,
support y'all
she's snapping.
motherfuckers, but y'all make it hard as shit. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yo, her mouth
before y'all
crazy.
start, my mom owned a fucking black-owned business, and so do my brother, and so do my girlfriend, and two of the fucking businesses I fucking help run. So get the fuck out of here.
What?
First of all, y'all customer service is up. And you know what's wrong with black-owned businesses? First of all, y'all know we all gotta work hard as shit. That's just what it is, okay? We gotta work extra hard because we fucking black. Y'all is y'all motherfuckers can't run a fucking business to save y'all fucking life. Every time I fucking go in a black-owned business, and not all, because let me tell you something. I went in that fucking Gilbin's, I think the soul food place. They was nice as shit. Beautiful personality, great customer service, okay? I went to Pleasure Platters a few weeks ago. Excellent customer service. So it ain't all y'all motherfuckers. But y'all make it hard for black-owned businesses. Y'all customer service ain't shit. Y'all hire up ass fucking people. Then you ask for the fucking manager. Y'all the owners being there acting as managers as the fucking owners. Y'all attitudes just as fucking nasty as y'all nasty ass fucking staff. That fucking saying you are who you fucking attract is a fact, because y'all attract some up ass fucking customer service people. Because you know where y'all get it up? Y'all got the money to open up a fucking business, but y'all don't got business etiquette and y'all don't have customer service. It's hard to support y'all motherfuckers. I'm sorry. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all better get y'all shit together.
Yo, she is absolutely snapping. I mean, goodness gracious. Let's hope she don't run a business dropping all of those F-bombs. Like, it's kind of like pot calling the kettle black in this instance, where she's talking down on black businesses, but look at your representation though. You know, and it ain't no shade to her, but it's like, I lost count of how many F-bombs she dropped. I was taken aback, man. Like, it was an F-bomb after F-bomb after another F-bomb. And what does that say? What does that say when you go online as an attractive black woman and you're talking like that? You can get your point across without doing all of that. But back to the point, right? Which is black businesses. What she's saying is so true. If you have the ability to invest into a business, but you don't have the business acumen to know how to hire the right people, you're not going to be in business long. And that is something that we see all of the time with black businesses, man. So let's get to the next clip.
I've been trying to stay away from the black restaurant discussion because I don't want it to come off like I don't like black folks. But after this situation and experience at this black-owned restaurant in Atlanta, we got to talk about black
Atlanta,
restaurants
of
in
course,
general, because y'all are doing way too much for me. So y'all already know the situation that's going on with Turkey Leg Hut and how Homeboy was doing what he was doing and the FBI is not involved. I need the FBI to come to some of these other locations because y'all are really trying it. Why am I paying $20 to park at your parking lot for valet, and I'm paying a convenience fee? And then when I leave a tip, I'm being told by the valet attendants that that tip doesn't go to them. Y'all are some scammers.
Now, that don't
the
make
way
no
y'all
sense.
are charging these upcharges on everything, y'all might as well put a dash by it and just say G-Wagon fee. Because a lot of y'all are only charging these things, these outrageous prices, so y'all can live a specific lifestyle, and I'm really tired of it. Like, I should not be pulling up to your establishment and y'all having a G-Wagon or Mercedes-Benz that is owned by the owner in the front. Like, I'm not trying to come to the to see Diamond perform. I'm trying to get me some good food and a good vibe. And y'all are charging me without giving me the vibes. Matter of fact, y'all are giving me the vibes. But that's it. Like, I'm paying $23 for a calamari and the breading is falling off.
What?
I have been to some of the top restaurants in Atlanta, and they do not charge almost $30 for calamari. Calamari should be like $14 at most. Why am I paying $23 for calamari? Why am I also paying $17 for a martini that has Tito's vodka. If
What?
your well is Tito's, you shouldn't be trying to be a luxury restaurant. You need to just go and be a regular restaurant. Matter of fact, take the grass walls and everything else, get rid of the DJ.
You know
What
they got the
also be
grass
getting
walls
me
and
is
the
that
DJ.
y'all be charging all of these prices way more than the other restaurants in the same areas. And yet y'all employees are still not making any money. I'm
That
not
don't make
getting it.
sense.
Even the
That don't make
salary
sense.
employees are not getting paid a decent wage to be able to live. But y'all want to be able to be rich.
Right.
And stunt.
Only the owner.
I'm sick of this shit.
He's spot on, man. This is one of the scams that we see, and I'm gonna call it that. I think it definitely is a scam. It's a grift. You know, you have these owners that start these businesses in order to benefit themselves. They're not really concerned with the customer, nor are they even concerned with their workers. And I feel like that is where you get the bad customer service, like the woman was talking about in the previous clip, because the workers aren't being paid fairly. They're not getting the tips that they deserve because the owner, like he mentioned, is trying to get a new G-Wagon. They trying to boss up and live their best life, but they're not thinking about anybody else other than themselves. And I feel like that is a reality that we see, unfortunately, amongst some Black business owners. But let's get to this next clip.
I just watched a video of a young lady saying how Kitchen and Cocktails here in Dallas is charging 15% just to walk through the door.
What?
And Deontay Cal actually just recently did a video on that and how
15% to walk through the
Black
door.
community. We're literally taxing our clientele when we start these businesses
That's
and marketing
crazy.
to our community. And the reason why, because these business owners, they have the same mindset as Gucci and them. The money that we put into America's economy, the trillions of dollars, literally could fund a country. I want to say they say we would be 15th in the nation when it comes to the Black dollar and what it is that we give to the American economy. And so
Yeah.
when these businesses are intentionally marketing, including Black businesses to Black people, that's what they're counting on, without giving back to the community. Where do you see these people partnering with community organizations that, for instance, Kitchen and Cocktails? They're a food industry, food and beverage. Wouldn't you think they would be partnering with a Black-led grassroots nonprofit organization that feeds our community? If you
Right.
want to tax people at the door, then make sure that that tax is going someplace to where it's funding the same community that you're profiting off of.
Facts.
But that sounds too much like community development. That sounds too much
Right.
like community building, because these people have a mission after us, and that's to regress us. That's everything that they're doing, is to put us in a state of regression. And we
Yeah.
are in a season of mission moving forward. We can't afford to be regressed.
Now, I've never heard of a restaurant charging people a 15% tax just to get into the door. That don't make no sense at all. That's crazy. I don't know what they doing down there in Dallas. That restaurant, they smoking on something. But one thing that we definitely got to address is what she mentioned, where Black businesses, they don't collaborate, right? That's so vitally important. This is what we see happen in so many other communities that are thriving. Unfortunately, the Black community, I think business owners in the Black community, they operate in a silo. Or I feel like they operate in cliques. I feel like you got one of the two. You got either the silo where it's just that independent Black business owner. They don't even go look to collab with other business owners and see, like, hold on, you need an attorney, you need your accounting, you need payroll. Why aren't you hiring other Black-owned businesses to do that? Now, one could argue that the reason they don't do that is because those businesses may not be reputable. Those businesses may not provide a high quality service. And that speaks again to, just because you are Black and you got a little bit of a skill set doesn't necessarily mean that you need to be in business. And that's just not to Black people. That goes across the board. Not everybody needs to start a business. You need to really understand what service you are bringing to the marketplace and how you are going to serve a high quality service for your customers. But yeah, if the Black community was able to think outside of that silo mentality, or like I mentioned, the cliques where you get maybe 3 or 4 really successful entrepreneurs and they all work together. But I honestly can't be mad necessarily at the cliques, unless they're gatekeeping when you have other people that truly want to do things the right way. Now, I totally understand about having boundaries and limitations about who you let into that inner circle when you are thriving. You definitely don't want to let anybody in there that is going to just muddy the waters. So I can understand why some Black business owners, they find their hub of people and they just rock with them because they know we are on the same type of time. We got the same mindset and we are progressing, not regressing, like she said. Because the last thing you want to do is let the wrong Black business owner into your inner circle, your hub of successful business owners, and they bring it down or they help to mar your image. So I totally understand what she's saying, and this is spot on. But we got one more clip. Let's check that one out.
So let's talk about the great take back of 2026, because that's what's about to happen right now. For years and years and years and years, different ethnicities have taken from the Black community. They have built up shop or set up shop in the Black communities, siphon out the money from the community and bring it into their community and have it circulate for years and years and years. Well, this is called the great take back. Because the Black community at this point, we want to take back our power, our wealth, back into the Black community.
How y'all gonna do
Why?
that?
Because the life of our family, our children, our children's children, our children's children's children
I gotta hear
depend
this.
on it. We are tired of having our men and boys getting profiled, getting shot down in the streets, getting getting thrown in jail, all because we don't have a community. It is time for us as a people to start spending our own dollars within our own communities. So I'm going to give you an idea of what that looks like. This morning, for example, I went to have coffee and a sandwich for breakfast. There are lots of people who do not cook at home. Okay, all they want to do is to be able to know that there is a Black-owned business that's close to them that they can just go and purchase coffee and sandwich. For me, it took probably about 10-15 minutes to get to this coffee shop, but it was worth it because I spent $20 or $29 with them, and I know that $29 is leaving my pocket, going into the pocket of the owner, who hopefully is going to use that $29 to either replace his inventory or to keep that $29 in the Black community by purchasing something else, either going to a grocery store that's owned by a Black person, going to a butcher that's owned by a Black person, going somewhere with that $29 to keep it within the Black community. The great take back of 2026 is happening. Please participate in this. This is important for our future. Our lives, the life of our children, depends on this.
All right, so I got to get into this because what she just said, I get where she's coming from. I feel like her heart is in the right place. And this is something that we've heard time and time again about how the Black dollar needs to be circulated within the Black community. And, you know, they have all of these movements of, oh, the great take back and all of this, but it's not going to happen. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason why it's not going to happen, at least anytime soon, is because they like to skip the line. See, talking about uniting and coming together and spending our money with other Black businesses and being able to keep our money within our community, all of that is skipping the line because you're ignoring the main issue that has to first be addressed before you can even get to that point. Before you get to that point, there can't be any division amongst your own community. Like, in the word community, it is actually designating that there's a common unity. And guess what? There is something that is not common amongst Black people today, and it is the way that they behave. There is a distinction between well-mannered, law-abiding citizens that are Black, and then they are the ninjas, who are criminals, who are degenerates, who are tearing down what the perception of the Black community had been for decades. And I know for a fact that the ancestors, all of those that came before us, that put in the work, that dealt with the racism, that dealt with the slavery, that dealt with the mistreatment, that were out there on the front lines and were fighting for our community to come together, fighting for our community and our people to be respected and appreciated and treated as human beings and treated as, you know, well-mannered individuals, law-abiding citizens. And to look at the state of the Black community today, you know what's going on with Black fatigue and ghetto fatigue. They're stealing, they're fighting, they're committing crimes. The music is horrible, it's trash, it's degrading. And the biggest issue is the fact that to call it out as a black person. Oh, they gonna take your black card. Oh, you going against the community. Oh, don't say that quiet part out loud. Well, that's the reason why you're never gonna get to what she's talking about, a great take back. If we can't first come to the table and call out the degenerates in our community, make those people feel shame, kick those people out of our community, say, no, you are not a part of the black community. That is what needs to happen. We need to say everybody that behaves in that manner, that is not law abiding, that is criminal, that is degenerate, you are not a part of the black community. We need to excommunicate them. But who gets kicked out? The people who call out the bad behavior. So that goes to say, hold on, what is black culture really? Is it that degenerate madness and chaos and utter garbage that we see? Or is the black community what our ancestors fought for us to be successful, for us to be respectful, for us to be moral and righteous, for us to be law-abiding citizens that are thriving and coming together for the betterment of one another? That is not what we see today. When that mission is at odds, you are not going to be able to solve the issue of black spending and black businesses. So I have to lay that groundwork and that foundation first, because that's the real issue. Until the law-abiding black people come together, we unite and say, hold on, we are what black community is. We are the definition of black community. Y'all Negroes, y'all ninjas, y'all are not. Y'all are not a part of our community unless you change your behavior and you adapt to our standards. If you don't adapt to the way we operate, then y'all are not a part of our community, and we don't want anything to do with you. That is what all other different races of people do. That is what other cultures do, is they expel those who do not abide by the standard that we uphold in the community that we want to be a part of. And that has to happen first. But let's get back to the black businesses and this whole great takeover thing, right? So the first thing you got to understand are the statistics. First and foremost, black people, they only make up 14% of the population in the United States. With that in mind, their spending is through the roof. For us to only make up 14% of the US population, we spend over $2 trillion. That's our purchasing power. That's awesome. And if you did have a united community, then yeah, amazing things can happen. But here's where it seems like the issue also lies, if you get to, or once we get to that point, is one, there are so few black-owned businesses. That's the thing. We act like black businesses are just everywhere you go. Like, come on. That is not the case. Like, you have to really search and find and do your research to figure out where a black-owned business is in general, let alone in a convenient location to where you live. Think about this. How are you going to patronize a business when it's nowhere around you? Who's going to drive an extra 30 minutes, an extra hour just to patronize one business? In many cases, most people are not, especially not today when we prioritize convenience. So the first thing that we have to recognize is, one, there are not that many black businesses. And if they do exist, that's where the second issue, which is what all of the other clips in this video were addressing, which is, okay, then when you finally find one black business that is within your area that you can patronize and show some support to, the service is bad. So why would you keep going somewhere and giving your money to a business that does not deliver a high quality service? So one, how do you fix this? Well, one, you need black people who truly understand business to be the ones that go into business. Now, the number of black businesses, that number may not ever be high, but it can increase, but it doesn't need to increase until the quality of the business owners increase first. The quality of how those businesses will be run will increase first, because there's no point in having a business that has the label black owned, but it's not a business that anybody would want to support, that anybody would want to actually, come and give their hard-earned money to. That's the real issue in the community, and that's what needs to be fixed. Black-owned business owners, I believe there's opportunity through the roof for Black businesses to thrive. But it starts with that original issue at the heart of it, which is just the divide amongst Black people today. You got Black people and you got ninjas. And until the ninjas are told that they have to hold themselves to the standard of upright, law abiding, righteous Black people, nothing is going to change. That's my opinion. That's my take. I would love to hear yours. If you want to share it, drop it in the comments below. Until next time, I'm Jay. Stay blessed.